This is High School Sports, the show about which sports are actually worth your time. Your hosts are Robbie and Terry, both 15 every week. They break it down so you actually get it.
Show about which sports are actually worth your time. I'm Terry.
And I'm Robbie, and today we're talking about how to be part of a sports team when running is your personal enemy.
We're covering team managers, stats nerd, and film analyst, 3 real jobs that real teams actually need.
And before you say that's not a sport, let me remind you that the Houston Astros pay their analytics staff 6 figures.
So let's start with team manager, because I feel like people think it's just handing out water bottles.
Hard disagree. A good manager tracks inventory, coordinates travel, handles equipment, and basically keeps the whole operation from falling apart.
At the high school level, you're talking uniforms, medical supplies, practice schedules, sometimes even driving the stat sheets to the scorer's table.
Coaches notice, like actually notice. A reliable manager gets recommendation letters that say things like indispensable.
And you're at every practice, every game. You learn the sport deeply just by being present.
Which leads us perfectly to stats, because once you're watching that closely, you start seeing patterns nobody else sees.
Sports analytics is one of the fastest growing careers in professional sports right now. Teams at every level are hiring for it.
The Oakland A's basically proved in the early 2000s that smart stats could beat big money, and that whole story became a movie.
Moneyball required viewing, honestly.
The point is, on-base percentage matters more than batting average, and figuring out stuff like that is genuinely exciting puzzle solving.
At the high school level, you can offer to track shot charts for basketball or completion rates for football, and coaches will love you.
There are free tools too. Apps like Hoodle Assist or even just a spreadsheet can make you look like a genius.
And you don't have to be a math genius either. You just have to be curious and organized.
Which, by the way, are exactly the skills colleges say they want and can never find enough of.
Okay, so now film. This one genuinely surprised me when I learned how serious teams take it.
At the professional level, some teams have entire departments devoted just to breaking down game footage frame by frame.
And high school programs that use film review win more games. Coaches who can show players what they're doing wrong have a massive edge.
So if you volunteer to cut film, log, timestamps, tag plays, you become that edge.
You're basically a director and an analyst at the same time, which is honestly a cooler job title than bench warmer.
Way cooler. And the technical skills transfer, video editing, tagging software, attention to detail, those show up on resumes that get noticed.
The NFL has a program called NFL Films that started in the 1960s and basically invented the way we watch sports on television.
So film people shaped the entire culture of how sports are consumed. That's not a side role, that's foundational.
And you can start learning right now with free software, a phone camera, and a team that wants to improve.
What I love about all 3 of these roles is that you're not on the outside looking in, you're inside the locker room culture.
You travel with the team, you celebrate the wins, you feel the losses, you're genuinely part of it.
And according to surveys of college admissions officers, demonstrated commitment and leadership in a supporting role is viewed just as favorably as being a starter.
So if athletics never clicked for your body, it can absolutely still click for your brain.
And your organizational skills and your eye for detail and your ability to stay calm when the point guard is having a meltdown.
Not naming names.
Definitely not naming names.
The real message here is that sports teams are organizations, and organizations need all kinds of people to function well.
The kid who shows up early, sets up the cameras, and hands the coach a clean stat report at halftime is doing something real.
Something that builds skills, builds relationships, and builds a story you can actually tell.
So, if you've been sitting out because you assumed sports weren't for you, maybe they are, just differently than you thought.
Check with your athletic director, ask a coach if they need help, bring a specific offer like, I'll track your assists every game.
Coaches will not say no to that. They are drowning and you are a life raft.
Accurate. Okay, that's our show. Thanks for listening, and thanks for thinking a little differently about what it means to be a part of the game.
See you next week on High School Sports.